everyone. This is Julie Leith with This is Aging. So we can't really get too far in talking about aging until we really address and explore the issue of ageism. Ageism is an interesting concept, but just to define it, the medical news today says ageism is prejudice or discrimination against people based on their age. It typically is focused on people who are older, but it can affect young people too. And it has a dramatic effect on both physical and mental health, and it links to early death in individuals. So it's a major issue. It is prominent and prevalent in the United States. Unlike other forms of oppression, such as racism, or ableism, or sexism, ageism anyone can experience. It is a universal issue, and it is one that is tolerated more in our society than most. There are several types of ageism, including institutional ageism, interpersonal ageism, and internalized ageism. So just to break it down, institutional ageism is an institution perpetuates ageism through whatever their policies are, their action. Interpersonal is any social interactions where ageism exists. And internalized ageism is where an individual has ageist beliefs and they apply it to themselves. It really can vary depending on the situation. And also just being aware and conscious of whether someone even knows that their comments, their policies, all of these things are ageist. So a 2020 national poll on healthy aging reported that 82% of older Americans experienced ageism regularly. And the survey found that 65% experienced ageist messages from the media. 45% experienced it from interpersonal ageism. That's your social interactions. And 36% had internalized ageism. And that's just in 2020. Some examples of, we see ageism occurring a lot in the workplace, and sometimes this is in national media. But here's some examples. Refusing to hire people based on their age. There is actually some companies that have a cap on their age. So like at 65, it's mandatory retirement. Asking for someone's age at a job interview when it's not relevant to the work is ageism. Policies that privilege one age group over another. Having the assumption that older people are out of touch, less productive, stuck in their ways. We could probably say that about a lot of us. It's not just applicable to older people. On the reverse, when you look at young people, many people have a perception unskilled, irresponsible, or untrustworthy. And if you're basing this on someone's age, that is ageist. Other example of ageism is bullying or harassment. When we look at personal relationships, ageism exists and occurs in this way. Pretending or treating someone like they're invisible, expendable, not human, making jokes that someone is less valuable because of their age, making comments about specific generations. One example, millennials are entitled. That actually is an ageist statement. You're making a statement based on a group of people because of their age. Not valuing someone's wishes because of their age, taking advantage of someone because of their age. We see this a lot with older people and fraud situations. They are rampant in that population. And using someone's age to justify undermining, deceiving, or controlling them. The problem, one of the big problems with ageism is it can lead to abuse. And the World Health Organization reported in 2017 that individuals aged 60 and older, 1 in 6 of them experience some form of elder abuse, which can include emotional, physical, sexual, or financial abuse. Another type of ageism is in healthcare. And I love what Medical News Today said, from diagnosis to prognosis, influencing healthcare policies and workplace culture. So one of the things, and I've seen this personally in healthcare, somebody is sick, they're an older person, talking to them as if they were a child, or unable to make their own decisions. It really is patronizing to that population and is ageism. Also, one of the, I think, things that we can control is the inaccurate perception of aging, which comes through education and advocacy. There is a common practice to not refer older adults for mental health treatment because they think that depression is normal in an older population. It is not. It is not a normal part of aging. Can I just say that again? Depression is not a normal part of aging. And having these inaccurate ideas about aging lead to inappropriate medical care. Sometimes older adults receive less care, attention, and treatment. And if a healthcare professional has a certain opinion about a certain age, they may assume they have lower levels of health. And you know, the list goes on. But let me just briefly say how ageism affects everyone. It doesn't just affect individuals, it's far-reaching. There are higher rates of illness, higher impact on physical and mental health, increasing care needs, and higher risk-taking behaviors. There are higher healthcare dollars spent for health conditions due to ageism, poverty, like people that are retired who've lost their partner or spouse, disability, illness. Poverty worsens health, and it is relevant that ageism impacts that. And interestingly enough, I was researching this, and there is a lower life expectancy associated with ageism, a decrease in 7.5 years on average. And because our population of aging is growing so rapidly, the number of older adults experiencing ageism has increased. So how do we stop ageism? Well, one is through education, to really dispel myths, stereotypes. We have to raise awareness. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. Intergenerational interventions, so like really getting together different age groups and figuring out how to build teams, community, cooperation, and collaboration. And law and policy changes which reduce inequity and discrimination. Now, on an individual level, here's what we can do. Become aware of ageism, know that it exists, and really think about, why do you have that belief system? What is your belief system, and is it an opinion based on someone's age? Learning how ageism really affects individuals, which is part of This Is Aging project and the grant funded project of interviews where I've been interviewing people, different people, everyday people, so that you can really hear their stories, their short stories on what they think aging is. Not only what they think aging is, if they would change anything, and how are they living their best life, because living our best life is different for everyone. really becoming advocates in your own community. Really advocating for people when they are experiencing discrimination based on their age and taking action. So it really takes, action of each of us to really make a difference in our country, to really change the perception of an aging population. And I'll say it again, we are all aging. And ageism doesn't just apply to older adults, it also applies to younger adults. And really, where can we bring these groups together and really build on their strengths? Unfortunately, ageism is really a systemic issue. It has been going on for a long, long time. We in this country do not really value aging. People do not want to get older. They do not want to talk about it. They do not want to prepare. And it's like many people think it's the worst thing ever. And so if we could really reframe that aging is a normal part of everyone's life. It doesn't discriminate. We all age. And also really know that ageism affects everyone. Nobody is immune from it, no matter what your age is. This has been an interesting monologue, really talking about kind of what I have found in the research, what I have found in my work as a social worker for 25 years, what I look at in advocating for aging population as a certified aging in place specialist. So tune in to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to This is Aging. This is Julie Leith. Bye for now.